I've been reading for almost a year. Year and a half. Ah, there we go. The story of Humpty Dumpty. There was an egg named Humpty Eugene Dumpty, who led a very depressing and lonely life. He's never had a girlfriend, was unattractive, and didn't have much of a social life in general. One night he decided to go to his favourite pub, the Leaky Faucet, where he met up with his only true friend, the Big Bad Wolf. He said, "Hello there, Big Bad Wolf. How has your day been?" The Big Bad Wolf said, "Well, it's been just awful. First I tried to kidnap and eat a little girl with a red cape, and now I'm trying to kill these 3 little pigs. One has a house made of straw, one has a house made of wood, and one has a house made of bricks. And frankly, it's just a pain in the butt to try and get in and eat them." And Humpty said, "Well, maybe they just want to live their lives without you bothering them." The Big Bad Wolf says, "Yes, well, Humpty Dumpty, what would you know about life? The only thing you would go good with is those 3 little pigs. You know, eggs and bacon, savvy?" This depressed Humpty very much, for apparently the only time anybody would ever pay attention to him would be as if he was on a breakfast plate. So Humpty Dumpty decided to take a little walk that night. He stopped by the river and looked out into the stars and said, "I wish I had a friend. I don't have any friends. Nobody likes me." Then he heard something. He heard a cry for help. Humpty decided to investigate. He decided to climb to the highest point to see if he can get a good look, savvy? So he climbed on top of the biggest wall the king had made in order to block out enemies, and this wall surrounded the whole town, savvy? So he climbed up the king's wall and looked out. Now, for those of you with weak stomachs, please turn off the video. Don't turn off the video, just plug your ears and go la 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 la. Alright, here we go. So Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Now, unfortunately, the bricks on top of the wall were very unsteady. So Humpty had a great fall. He fell 100 feet down to the ground and splattered. Shell everywhere, yolk everywhere. It was nasty, mates. Humpty's last words were, "If only I could have had a friend." The next day, all the king's horses and all the king's men could not put the little bugger together again. They tried duct tape, they tried super glue, they even tried saliva. And that usually works, mates. The next day, he had a funeral, in which nobody attended, because nobody knew who he was. Over time, his gravestone got covered in moss, and dust, and weeds, and it was forgotten in time. The only reason why the story was ever written about him was because it was royalty-free. You didn't have to pay anything to write it. And that is the story of Humpty Dumpty. Not a very cheerful one, but then again it's about an egg semi-committing suicide, savvy? So I want to thank you for listening in to my little retelling of Humpty Dumpty, and I want you to come back for more of my versions of classic bedtime stories and nursery rhymes, savvy?